Good morning, afternoon, evening, night. It is time for another Etsy shop inspection. I'm sorry that I haven't been doing these as much as I probably should, but it feels like we've had a lot of good Etsy news coming over the last few weeks. And then, of course, I've been making my photo editing video series for you guys. So lots of good content. If you guys haven't already subscribed to my channel, be sure to do so, especially if you're an Etsy seller. So, back at it with some Etsy shop inspections. I was contacted by Jennifer to come check out her shop, StringsByJen, this week. And we're going to go ahead and jump right in. I think you guys kind of get the idea of how these videos work. But if this is your first time watching one of my Etsy shop inspections, I have quite a few others, so be sure to also check some of my previous videos to see more. All right, guys, so starting off, I'm going to go ahead and do what I always do. I'm going to do a quick scroll through what we have already, and then I'll scroll back up to the top and start actually reviewing the shop. So let's just do an overall look at what we have. She's got a cover photo. She has her logo, her shop name. She has awesome reviews. She has 277 sales. She has her shop owner photo in place, which is great. She has 4 featured products. I see a little bit of what might be some SEO in her actual categories, which is always good. She's got some good product photos. She has some good reviews. She's using shop updates. And let's look at her about photos real quick. She has some about photos. She has her about section filled out, and she has all of her policies filled out. All right, so let's jump right in with reviewing this shop. The first thing that I notice when I hop on, of course, is her cover photo, which is fantastic. She doesn't have her actual shop name listed here, but she does have her social links, so that's fine too. She's got her logo right here, and I'm noticing a consistent color scheme with this purple. So when you're branding, your business, make sure to try to keep a consistent color palette with your actual branding. And what I'm seeing here is a lot of brown and purple. So everything looks, consistent. You've got a little bit of matchy-matchy here, and that's good. And then immediately when we begin scrolling, I noticed that there are a couple consistent backgrounds. What I really like to see is the full product in a photo. And I know I've said that like probably a dozen times already on this channel, but when I'm actually scrolling on Etsy, what I really want to see is the entire product in this first thumbnail. So for photos like this, what I would recommend is even if you just kind of go in and edit your thumbnail itself, and you can do this right from your listing when you open it up to edit. You can drag your thumbnails over. Just make sure that they're aligned. That way you're seeing the full product. All this space right here, this little gap, you could just scoot it over a little bit. That way we're seeing full products. And the same with these. I understand that it's kind of going to make your product itself look smaller, but you want to see the full product as much as possible for these photos. And then another recommendation, but not something that's entirely necessary. It's kind of a personal preference, and again, it's something that I've said over and over again, is sticking with one consistent background. You have a lot of great backgrounds, but what really makes a shop look consistent and uniform is having one background that remains consistent throughout the entire shop. So if you were going to, use maybe this actual light wood background for all of your photos, everything would look very cohesive. And I definitely recommend using one of the lighter backgrounds. And I can kind of see that, I don't know if this was intentional, but a lot of your white products you have on the dark backgrounds, and then your dark products you have on the white backgrounds. But then again, I also see you have a white product on more of this ash wood. So maybe if you were to use this ash wood for all of your product photos, it would just make everything look a lot more cohesive. And that's just kind of, it really makes your product itself shine and stand out a little bit more. than having all of these different backgrounds, because just scrolling through it's a little bit distracting to the eye. And once again, that's a personal preference, but it's another one of those things that any Etsy coach is going to tell you to make sure that your backgrounds are consistent and that you're using a light, neutral toned background. So, so far the two suggestions that I have are let's see the full product in the thumbnail. And if you want to do some close-up photos, use those as secondary photos. And then keep a consistent background. And these are not necessary, but if you're noticing that you're having a bad bounce back rate, or if you're not getting the sales that you need, it's just one of those things that you could tweak to kind of update your shop for the holiday season, especially. So if there was ever a time to be making these little tweaks, these cosmetic tweaks to your shop, now is the time, because right now is when we should be ultimately planning our holiday product lines and getting our shops, in perfect condition for the holidays. That way it will reduce our bounce back rates. So I'm going to go ahead and click into one of these products. We'll go ahead and start with the first one. And let's see. Okay, so the first thing that I'm noticing now is that you only have one product photo, and we have slots now for 10. You should have at least 5. So you need to go back in and make sure that you're giving us, a deeper look at these products. This is an opportunity for you to take something that's basically untangible to a shopper and make it tangible. The only way that you're going to be able to communicate what this product is to me as a viewer is by giving me more photos of it at every angle, close-ups, even if they don't seem necessary to you to just kind of tilt your products and, take up-close photos. As someone who's never seen your product before and I'm not able to hold it in my hands, I need as many examples of what this product is going to be in my hands as possible. So you need to help make it tangible. So definitely go back in, especially before the holidays, and make sure that you're adding more product photos, at least 5. But, with us being able to add 10 photo slots, this is just another opportunity for us to give our viewers more chances to see every aspect of the product, front, back, up close, maybe photos of you making it, a photo of it being, held in the hands so you can kind of see the size of it, lay it next to a ruler so you can see how big it is, display it in a couple different ways. That way, we could visualize how it might look in our own homes, and so on and so forth. So, and then also you don't have a whole lot of a description. And when I click on a product, what I really want to see, and this is exactly how my own business coach, Renee Christine, put it, her words, not mine, is that you should make it almost like a mini blog post. And that is absolutely what I live by when writing my own product descriptions. And if you have trouble writing a detailed description, I like to think of it almost as, while you're writing it, pretend that you're writing to like your ideal customer. If you have a customer who buys from you, or maybe a friend that has one of your products and you're trying to sell them one of your new products, type that like you're typing them personally a message and have their face in mind. Pretend that you are speaking directly to them, and it makes it a lot more fluid, and it allows your genuine personality to come through. So, and that's just a suggestion if you have a lot of trouble writing product descriptions. Another awesome suggestion that I have, be sure to write this down. Like everybody, if you have trouble writing your product descriptions, you need to jot down the name of this book. It's called Words That Sell, and it is absolutely the staple that you need to hold your freaking descriptions together. It is fantastic. It is full of awesome words and phrases, and I believe that it was written in the 60s. So it's an older book, but oh my goodness, you guys, you have to have this book. It is just amazing, and I keep it on my desk at all times. So every time I have a product launch, that book is open, and I sit and highlight all the different words and phrases that I want to implicate into my listings. So definitely pick that up if you're struggling. But other than that, just make sure that you're getting a more detailed product description. I want to know more about this. I want to know what makes this special. You need to be concentrating on telling me what makes this different than any other product that I see on Etsy, because I've seen these, I don't even know what to describe these string art pieces as. So I've seen a lot of sellers that sell these what makes yours special? What makes me want to buy yours as opposed to everyone else? And I want you to tell me that in this description. Tell me why I should buy your product, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and go back and begin taking a look at a couple more. I'm going to go ahead and click on one more just to see if you have any more. Okay. Yeah, it seems that it's a consistency with all of your listings that you don't have that long detailed description. I just wanted to double check because sometimes we get one listing where we, kind of uh, forget to write a full description or we get busy, but it does seem to be something that is an overall trend within your shop. So, definitely something to consider working on for the holidays. I'm going to go ahead and expand and open it up. Okay, so that is pretty much the basics. I definitely would also recommend going in and kind of tweaking your SEO because we have a lot of very simple titles, and I think that the SEO could be executed a little bit more. I am getting the impression that maybe you don't know a whole lot about SEO, or if you do, maybe you want to brush up on it a little bit. I do have one SEO video on my channel, but if you are struggling with SEO, I additionally recommend you maybe checking out my own business coach, Renee Christine. Her channel also has some great SEO tips. But basically, if you don't have good SEO, you're not going to be found in a search result. And that's ultimately what we want. We want people who are on Etsy to be able to find us while they're shopping. It's the difference between putting your shop, um, you know, out in the middle of a cornfield versus putting your shop in a busy shopping mall. So make sure that you're tweaking that SEO, especially for the holidays, because we want that traffic. And SEO ultimately is how you're going to get that organic traffic. So, all right, we're going to head back to your storefront. And you have some great reviews. That is fantastic. And then I noticed that you're using shop updates, but you're not quite using them correctly. So what we want to do is we want to give our viewers an additional window into what our products are. So like for example, you took a photo directly from a listing and put it here for your shop update. What we want to see is more of a lifestyle photo with your product. So almost like if you were making an Instagram post and you were just snapping a picture of your product real quick and putting it on Instagram. We don't want to reuse our listing photo. We want to take a completely new photo, and that's fine to just use your cell phone and take a picture of it sitting on your desk. Are you working on it? Are you making it? And then with the puppy, very, very cute, but not quite what we want to see when we're advertising a product, because you're not selling your puppy, you're selling this product. So we want to see a picture of this product. And then once again, you have another repeat of using your listing photo. So make sure that you're snapping a new photo, either you working on the product or your product sitting somewhere different. Just make sure that you're actually using this in a correct manner and giving us an additional view. This is an additional view to your product. These photos should be different from the product photos that you're putting in your listings. So, and then the first thing I noticed when I went to your About section is that these photos are not at the correct size, so we're not quite seeing them. What I recommend for shop sections, I do love that you have your family. That is fantastic. In fact, put some more pictures of your family up here, or your workspace, or you working on products. But this photo right here is not showing me what I'm looking at. I have no idea what this is. I see that it says blooms, so I'm going to assume that it's a flower, but I would not know that from clicking on it. And I see that you're doing your state signs, but once again, I can't really see it. So make sure that you're tweaking these, and if photos aren't aligning, play with the sizing or simply use a different product photo. All right, you have an awesome little about section about yourself and your why you started, and this is perfect. This is great. I want this. Don't even change this. Leave it alone. It's perfect. And then you have your owner description. I love that you have your own photo here and not a photo of your logo or products. A lot of people do that. That's not what I want to see. I want to see you. I want to see you smiling. I want to see your face. I want to know about your family. I want to connect with you. I want to know, why should I support Jennifer? Why should I buy a product from Jennifer? And when I'm supporting her, I want to feel good about it. I want to say, wow, I helped Jennifer today. I helped her by buying one of her products and helping her family. Like, that is why it's so important to be personal. Some people are like, oh, nobody wants to hear about me. Nobody wants to see my face. It doesn't matter if you look like a hobo. Like, make sure that you have yourself here. This is you. This is all you, and this is your section of your shop. And you know, a lot of people don't read these, but just the fact that I can scroll down and see your face and see you smiling, it makes me feel confident about buying from you because I'm connecting with you. And when you put a logo in that spot, you can't connect with a logo, but you can connect with a face and a smile. And I'm putting these products to a face, and you know, they have their own personality now because your personality is going to reflect in your product. So, little rant there. I try not to do that too much, but all right. And you have all of your information and policies set up, which is fantastic. And you, of course, accept credit cards, which is essential right now. So, all right. So let's write these down. Okay. Are we ready? All right. Full products in your photos. We want to see the whole product, not just part of a product. We want to see it all. So scoot your thumbnails around, take some pictures where you're able to see the whole product, and kind of tweak the dimensions, okay? And then second, consistent product backgrounds. I really like this ashwood. Personally, that's my personal preference. But just as long as it's light and neutral. So you do a good job of not including any confusing props or anything like that in your photos. That's important, but I would definitely recommend trying to keep a consistent background because it makes your shop just look so clean and so neat. And it's very pleasing to the eye. Like, it just looks good. If you've ever looked at a shop where all the backgrounds are the same, it just, your eyes just drift over the products. It just feels good. Okay? And then the next thing, are you ready? Next thing is we're going to go into a listing real quick. We'll open one up. Okay, so next thing, we want to give your description a detailed, almost blog post. So pretend that you're writing to your just ideal fan, your ultimate customer. You are writing this description and you are telling me why this product is better and special and unlike anything I've ever seen on Etsy. Tell me why, of all the products on Etsy like this, yours is the best and why should I buy it, okay? And Words That Sell is the book, and you can get it used on Amazon for just a couple dollars if you need it. All right. And then next thing that I want you to take a look at is your SEO, letters SEO, in case you've never heard that term before. You want to begin tweaking that SEO, and you can look at my video about SEO on my channel, which I will go ahead and link in the description, or feel free to just, you know, look on YouTube at Etsy SEO videos or my own business coach, Renee Christine, which I ultimately recommend at this time. She is the bomb diggity, and you can look up her channel, Renee Christine. I will go ahead and put her channel in the description as well because she has a ton of SEO videos, so check that out. All right. Okay, next, I want you to begin looking at your shop updates and utilizing these for their intended purpose a little bit more. I want you to begin taking photos of your products in environments and just different views, different from what you have listed on Etsy, different than your product photos. So even if you just set your, you know, sign out in the grass and take a picture of it, or on a fireplace and take a picture of it, or, you know, you working on it and take a picture of it. Any of those are going to contribute to that external view. Remember, we're making this product that I can't physically hold it in my hands because I'm shopping online, obviously, but you want to make it tangible to me. You want to give me as many views as possible. So, shop updates, that's one recommendation. Next, I want you to kind of look at these other photos, and even if you don't want to put photos of your workspace, you could still even just, you know, have maybe your husband taking a photo of you working on one, or even just changing up the dimensions of these photos. That way you're able to see them. I want to see what these are. I feel like you have awesome products, but, you know, when they're scooted down like this, I can't see what they are. So, and then these sections, I don't want you to touch. These are spot on. Leave these alone. I love these. Don't even touch them. Okay? All right. So those are my recommendations for you, Jennifer, and I hope anybody else watching this video can use some of these ideas for their own shops, especially for the holiday season. This year is going to be the best year. Like, Etsy stocks have gone up. Etsy revenue has gone up. And I know we were all super nervous with this new Etsy CEO, but things are really looking up for Etsy right now. Like, this, I want this to be the best year for us. All of us. I want this to be our year. But to make sure that we're not blaming Etsy for us not making sales, we really have to look at the small changes that we need to personally make for our shops, because there are a lot of people that are quick to blame Etsy for them not being able to make sales, but these are the same people who maybe have never heard of SEO, or, maybe they don't have the best product photos, or maybe they, don't sell one consistent thing. Obviously, this shop is fantastic because there's one consistent thing. We know exactly what she sells. We know exactly what she's about. She sells one consistent thing, and that is fantastic. That is what we want to see. So narrowing down our niches and making sure that we have a very narrow product line of very specific products. That's what we want. So we want to be known for one thing. All right? Does everybody having an awesome day? It's Sunday right now, and my allergies are so bad. I tell you guys that at the end of every video. I have to apologize for my nasally voice because I have the worst allergies right now. My husband got out of the military in December, and we moved from California to Ohio, so this humidity is not doing me well. But all right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and throw in my plug. As always, you can get my free ebook on how to gain a fanatical following of fans on Facebook, because everybody needs more Facebook fans. And I will go ahead and link that below in the description if you haven't grabbed it already. All right, guys, have an awesome Sunday, and I will definitely have some more videos coming for you this week. Talk soon.